Hello, a little bit of an impromptu live show, and I got up this morning in the UK, and I thought I've not even done my hair. I've just put it up. I know I need to glam myself up a bit, but I just thought that I need to share this with you. Okay, you may not, you may disagree with this, and you have the right to disagree with this, but there's a lot of outrage in the UK today about that statue. Okay, and sorry, I'm just getting the lighting right. It's just a bit too bright. So I'm tripping over things too. So there's been a lot of outrage over this statue. There's been a statue rage today. And I think this has sparked some kind of controversy. I think there's a lot of people upset. There's a lot of people too that actually love that statue. They actually adore that statue. And everybody has the right to have their opinion. And if you feel that statue of Diana is absolutely beautiful, it depicts her completely, then that's your opinion, and you have a right to have your opinion on that. But so do other people too, and I don't feel other people are just saying it just to be awkward. I feel people feel very strongly about this Diana statue. Okay, so hi everyone, and if you're around, please put your comments in the comment section. If you're not around, you can actually do catch up. So I got up this morning and I looked at the Daily Mail, and there is this outrage of statues at the moment. It seems to be the word around this morning in the UK and in around London. And so what I get here is the Daily Mail. People have not held back over their thoughts of this statue. Okay, so I'm just going to read what it says in the Daily Mail, and then I've got another issue with statues, okay, which I want to share with you. An awkward, and I've got my laptop here, and I'm going to share this with you. An awkward, lifeless shrine. So before I do, I hope you can hear me, and I'll keep forgetting to do this. And I'm no kind of, I need some kind of person, a manager or something. Not a manager, some kind of person that's going to remind me to do all these things. And I know this is crackling and looking all unprofessional, but now I've got my mic on. Let's start again, okay? So, okay, so this says, which is very awkward to read. It's very awkward too for the royal family and the royals and obviously the boys, So we get this this in the Daily Mail. People are not holding back of what they feel of this statue of Diana, and it says here, an awkward, lifeless shrine. Art critics don't hold back their disdain for new Diana statue, branded as spiritless hunk of nonsense. Wow, that looks grumpy and doesn't capture her magic. Look, if that's not outrage, I don't know what is. Okay. So I'm sorry for people who love it. I'm a person that does not love it. I feel it's just horrible. Art critics, I don't think it's just art critics. I think it's the general public, the world. Art critics have laid into the new statue to Princess Diana after it was unveiled at Kensington Palace yesterday. So this was reported today, the 2nd of July. Experts panned the monument as awkward, lifeless shrine and a spiritless hunk of nonsense. Wow. So anyway, lots of other comments. We've had our comments on here too, and quite interesting. Quite interesting to read. Okay. So others said sculpture Ian Rack Broadley made it look grumpy, and his work doesn't capture her magic. Well, there's been lots of comments. I could go through thousands and thousands of comments. Somebody said it looked like our ex-Prime Minister, which is not flattering at all. If it's depicting a political figure, that's what Diana was opposing. She didn't want to be political. Okay, the design was top secret and appears to be inspired by Diana's official 1993 Christmas card, first sent without Prince Charles. But rather than depict her with her boys, as she appeared in the card, she is poised with 3 strange children, 2 of whom are not wearing shoes. I just don't get this. I don't. I mean, somebody also read a comment yesterday that why dress her in a teenage outfit, because although she wore that on that Christmas card, and actually on that Christmas card she looked a lot slimmer, she looked very feminine. That does not look feminine to me, and I'm not going to go over this because there is outrage today over this. Why put her in a slutty kind of outfit, of a teenager? That's how it comes across. I mean, did they not think of that when they actually designed this? And this is the mistakes of allowing 2 boys to design a female statue. They haven't got a clue. One of the boys, listen to this. Okay, so one of the boys in the statue appears to have short afro-style hair. The pastor said it represented the University of General Impact of the princess's work. Today's newspaper was full of reviews of the statue, and many were critical of how Diana is presented. I think they should move it. Jonathan Jones, writing in The Guardian, was scathing of the design, branding it a nauseating, spiritless and characterless hunk of nonsense. Okay. Hello, Lydia. Come and join us on the chat there if you've joined us live. And he added, for the statue group, emotive symbolism is undermined by its aesthetic awfulness. Oh, so not great reviews today on that statue. And I don't know whether this has sparked something else about statues, because there is now this trouble in the palace about statues. Okay. Because not just that, it also says the paper's chief art critic said broad shoulders and thin hipped, eyes narrowed, shirt defiantly unbuttoned. His Diana is combative and confrontational, not maternal. That's what I felt. I felt it looked like some kind of Who allowed this? I mean, did Prince Charles have something to say about this? The design of this, if Prince Charles depicted his ex-wife, is that something that he would have designed? He added, instead of dogs and deer scampering around her feet, she had 3 sprogs, rendering the what's that? I can't say that. A stroke as pure kitsch. I said this too. There's a slight Soviet vibe to the group too. That's what I picked up, a Soviet Union vibe about it. I didn't like that either. That Stalingrad kind of monument kind of feel about it, horrible. Meanwhile, the Times critics gave the memorial in London just 2 stars in her verdict. Wow. Rachel Campbell Johnson said Laura Ashley monument is little better than usual tat. She said Diana deserved much better, adding the statue is, aesthetically speaking, so horrible. They need to remove it, put something that's appropriate. That just looks like a Stalingrad, Soviet Union kind of dictatorial, kind of combative monster of a statue, in my opinion. Okay. And everybody else is saying the same, apart from, the selective few. But the Express's view on it was less withering. However, with sculptor and painter Shenda Amiri complimenting it on looking like Princess. But she said, I think it doesn't capture the magic or the feeling of her, adding the actual design of it doesn't hang together somehow. In the Daily Mail, art historian Robin Simons also saw the similarities between the statue and the late princess. I didn't see any. Hello Pam, come and join us. Come and join the chat. I didn't see any similarities. You're welcome if you and Lady of the Lake. Hi there. Hi Pam. I just find it. Anyway. So let's continue. It says here that the Daily Mail, he said he thought it was worse than some truly hideous statues of her, but added it was a little twee and far from perfect. The statues that, unless this guy was nervous about doing this, the statues that he's produced before are very kind of emotive, and emotional. That has no emotion. It's ice cold. She does come across as standing there quite combative. And it says here, she's been depicted as no soppy girl. Standing there, very masculine. Okay. That should not be a criticism, really. What, actually building a statue to look masculine, to make her look like she's not a soppy girl? She was, what does that mean? Are you saying, is that person saying that being feminine is being a soppy girl? You should celebrate femininity. So, the move to scale back the unveiling was largely due to bad blood between the brothers and Harry's determination to control media coverage. Prince Charles was not present at the ceremony yesterday, which was changed to a private event instead of a large celebration as originally intended. Look, anything to do with Diana is scaled down. It's, why don't they just stop that? It's just nasty. Okay, so not great reviews today. What was he thinking? That artist, she looked masculine. She looked combative. She was dressed in teenage outfits. He should have said, you know, to those boys, that's going to look wrong when it's, you know, the final result, that the outfit is going to look wrong. I don't think it depicts her. Maybe we should have, if you want to portray her as a humanitarian, why don't we put her in trousers with flat shoes instead of a skirt with, you know, even a skirt and flat shoes. She was a fashion icon. She was a fashion icon. And putting a pencil skirt with a pair of flat raggy shoes, like a grandma's shoes, come on. You know, that there were so many mistakes with that. Yeah, putting flat shoes. Would you wear flat shoes with a pencil skirt? Really? And one of those ugly belts. I'm myself, I'm angry because I looked at that. I thought, God, she's wearing flat shoes too, like you put on your granny. Oh, so no, I don't believe that she should be a clothes horse at all. But I actually don't. I don't feel that outfit really flattered her. Why didn't they just put her in like some feminine dress? Even those trousers she wore when she went to the landmines, and that white shirt, and where she was nice and tall, and she had maybe flat shoes on, that would have been appropriate. But I don't think that the sort of shoes you would put on an 80-year-old and a pencil skirt, I don't think that goes well. So anyway, lots of reviews, good and bad reviews. There has been some good reviews on that statue, but it's not just the Diana statue that I want to talk about here, because there's an outrage of statues altogether. Okay, and I was quite shocked to see this actually in the Daily Mail today. And I'll just read this to you. So it's not just the outrage of Diana's. So angry protesters topple and deface statues of Queen and Queen Victoria in Canada amid fury over deaths of 1,000 Indigenous children found buried in mass graves. So there's an outrage of statues in Canada too. So growing anger in Canada after discovery of 1,000 Indigenous children as young as 3 found in mass graves from the 19th century until the 1970s. 150,000 First Nations children forced to convert to Christianity and speak English instead of their own native language. Some were abused and beaten and to death in Catholic schools. Queen Elizabeth II remains monarch of Canada despite country becoming an independent state in 1867. Protesters claim Queen and Queen Victoria are the faces of colonialism. I can't say it. They blame for the deaths. Okay. Wow. This is big, okay. This is going to damage the monarchy, I feel. Statues of Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth II have been toppled and damaged by violent mob during protests in Canada on the country's National Day over the country's colonial past. In scenes reminiscing of the Black Lives Matter protest in the UK last year, where a hit list of statues were drawn up for destruction. The bronze sculptures of Britain's current monarch and her great-grandmother were hauled down, daubed with red paint, and even appear to have been strangled with flags. Wow. So that's not good, okay? The Queen Elizabeth II statue has been defaced and hauled down. Extraordinary and upsetting footage of Victoria's statue being toppled in broad daylight showed hundreds of people cheering and squealing with joy as she fell, before many began dancing with joy on fallen figures and its plinth while waving regional Canadian flags. For more hundred years, or more than 150,000 Indigenous Canadian children were forced to convert to Christianity and not allowed to speak their native language in Catholic schools. Many were beaten and verbally abused, and up to 6,000 are said to have died, and more than 1,000 victims have been found buried in mass graves. Amid growing fury over the scandal, coinciding with Canada Day yesterday, Queen Victoria's statue was toppled. And so was Queen Elizabeth as well. A smaller statue of Elizabeth was also toppled in the same area, with protests insisting both royals are the face of Canada's colonial history. Wow. So what do you think about that, guys? So it's not just the raging of Princess Diana statue, it's actually hauling down statues in Canada and defacing Queen Elizabeth II and Queen Victoria because of this colonialism that they were head of. Not good for the monarchy. So there is a crisis today. On the 2nd of July, there's a crisis of statues today. So I thought I would come on live and have a chat to you about this horrible reviews about the Diana statue and these toppling and defacing of statues in Canada of the Queen Elizabeth, of our Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria. So let's have a look at your comments there. Yeah, so that's quite shocking. What will the Queen and the royals think about that? Because they've been quite close to Canada. So let's have a look here. What do you feel? Let's go back and look at. So let's have a look. Linda, about the statue of Harry that they designed of Diana. You've written, I think this is what happens when you get masculine energy. Yeah, I think it was devoid, in my opinion, it was devoid of femininity. Looked very threatening to me, and I feel as well a lot of people agree with that. It's not just me. The whole kind of reviews in the news today. Okay, not many people disagree with it, but you do have your point of view, I guess. Let's have a look here. I am 9.5 years younger than Diana. And to me, she was so glamorous and gorgeous. That statue is horrible. Pam, hello Pam. Do you think it would be more appropriate to have that statue at a former school entrance? I'm not really sure about that actually. I don't like it at all. I can see a point of view with the children, kind of guiding the children back into the classrooms and back into school like a school mom. I kind of get that. It does look like that actually, Pam. Yeah, I agree with that. That's what your take is on that. And Jules, the sculptor has made her look like Miss Trunchbull. What the hell? Yeah. I'm very open to me. I'm a very open person, and whatever you feel about this is fine with me. I just feel that majority of people feel it's not great. Okay, there. Hi, Lydia from New Zealand. Hi, everyone. It was graphic. I saw the. Oh yeah, about the hauling down and defacing Queen Elizabeth, which is quite shocking. Blaming them for the colonialism of these indigenous people. That they was forced to convert to Christianity in these Catholic schools. So, and let's have a look here. There is a horrible video going around making the royals sound like monsters, but it's all BS. Idiots in social media don't know the difference between fact and fiction. Yeah, I must admit, I do like the royal family. I like, but I'm not aware of all these kind of other things that they were associated with. I've not really looked into the history of it. So really it's educational for me. I didn't realise that these people were forced to change, their cultures just to fit in with the British kind of monarchy. I don't know, colonialism. I can't even say that word. Sansa, if possible, it would be nice if he could if he took it back to his studio and softened it up a bit. How can you do that? The whole thing, the shoes, the belt, the outfit, the way it's got really thin hips and broad shoulders like a man. I know that they didn't want her to look soft and weak and wanted her to look strong, but not like a damn man. You can be feminine and strong at the same time. Oh, I think it was I feel all of it was totally wrong. Why blame the present royal family for colonial of the past? I'm Irish and we only got independent 100 years ago, but we know it wasn't the royals to blame, it was politicians. It's history as well. I mean, we can't stop history. It doesn't mean that the present royal family are like they were back years ago, and we've evolved since then, learned lessons since then. Why actually drag up these things from history? I feel it's appalling that that our queen has been hauled down and defaced and daubed with red paint. I don't feel that's fair, because that's like that Black Lives Matter, and I kind of agreed with that in a way, but this I'm not sure I agree with. Lydia, yes, reminds me of what was happening in the US with statues, some group organizing, yes. Sansa River warned that his work was very masculine in tone. Yeah. Oh gosh, yes, I agree with that. Heather Strong, they covered the monument with handprints. Yeah, I saw that. Bloody blood, like blood red. Yeah, handprints. Sansa, America had the same schools for the Native American children, and they were just as brutal. Isn't that horrible? I didn't know any of this. So this is educating me. Lady of the Lake, I think there are people trying to bring down the monarchy. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that too, Lady of the Lake. I mean, this seems to be this. I feel this is going to stir up a lot of problems. Sorry about the lighting. I've got the window shining through, and I just feel that this is going to stir up a lot of problems for the monarchy. I feel this may spin out of control if they're not careful. It's like when they tried to pull down Winston Churchill, isn't it? And they had to protect that monument, that statue. Sansa, the Catholic Church run a number of those schools, so they need to be called out. Yeah, they were cruel, weren't they? It's supposed to be nuns, and they were cruel. Missionaries or whatever they called them. Janita Peters. I like the Diana statue with the children. I'm glad Diana was dressed casually and not made up to look glamorous. In Canada, they also removed Prince Charles's name from the school because of colonialism. Can't say that word. Thank you, Janita, for your take on that. Yeah, I did like that aspect of that. Actually, I did like the fact that if they put her in casual, the trousers, I would have personally liked to have seen her when she was doing those landmines, and she wore those nice chinks trousers and a white shirt. That was very kind of casual, and that would have looked a lot better. And a little bit more feminine in the figure. Just because you're feminine doesn't mean that you are not weak. Why make somebody look like a man? I'm sorry, but hey, you've all got your own opinions. Thank you, Janita. If you enjoyed that statue and you loved the way it looked, we've all got a right to our opinions. That's what free speech is. Okay. What's that? The atrocities that happened to children in Ireland were done by Catholic nuns and priests, and it's the same in Canada. It was nothing to do with the royal family or any British people. I feel that, yeah, Sansa, yes, the landmine depiction would have been nice. Well, what a day and what a morning to look at the newspapers, because I do try to do that catch up in the mornings with my cup of tea. I've got a cup of tea here, which I love my cups of tea. We're English, we do like our tea. It does make us a little bit embarrassed I mean, why be embarrassed to be English, I mean, I've done nothing wrong to these Indigenous people or African people or slavery or anything like that. So why should I feel embarrassed of being English? Again, it's history, isn't it? It's history. You can't change history. It doesn't mean it's who we are now, or it doesn't mean it's who the royal family are now. I feel they try very hard to care and help, and they do a lot of, they do a lot of, their work with charities and things like that. So why blame? But we'll have to see what happens next, because this is huge. This is huge that they've ripped down those statues. So let's have a look, continue with your comments. Lady of the Lake, maybe the people who are trying to bring the monarchy, bring down the monarchy, will replace them with people who are worse. That's, yeah, you've got a point there, Vicky. The statue is ghastly of Diana. Where is Diana's warmth and elegance, gorgeous figure, glamour and style? Looks like a frumpy, tasteless man, ugly. I think you're not on your own there, Vicky. There's lots of people making comments and people making comments that they loved it. So, you know, everybody to their own taste, I guess. Sansa, I wonder what her sons think of it. Well, they designed it, didn't they? I think they didn't have that feminine. They didn't want her to look a weak female. Took it too far, I think. I wonder what the sons think of it. There hasn't been any comment because of the radio silence at the at the event. The speeches would have explained it, perhaps. Lady of the Lake, there are plenty of photos and paintings of Diana to remind people how beautiful she was. Statues are ugly anyway. Yeah, I suppose it's difficult to, you know, never get the noses right, and difficult to depict, you know, the true look of a statue. And some people don't even like statues. You know, they're too cold, and it's just like a shrine. I feel it's like a shrine for in that garden for people to go and place down some roses or flowers and go and see Diana, because she's not here anymore. Okay, Diana's not here anymore, so I guess they wanted to build some kind of shrine for the people to go and see her. So this is what they came up with. I feel it's sad. I think if they should have had a female designer, if they had a female sculptress, and they chose a female sculptress, we may have seen a completely different look. You know, she may have captured her femininity, her empathy, her love for children, and her love for and caring, and also that side of her with, you know, with her humanitarian side. If they didn't want her to look glamorous, they could have made her look feminine, have that beautiful feminine energy as well as being strong. You know, I think that would have been wonderful. Absolutely, you know, that would have had huge accolade. But instead, I have my own opinion. And like I said, everybody's got their own opinion. I think if I'd have designed that, which I won't because I'm not a sculptress, but if they chose the female sculptress, maybe she would have been able to catch that spirit in her soul, you know, and actually brought that to life in that statue. Yeah, that's me, how I feel. Okay, and I would have been very happy to lay on that grass or sit on that grass and look at that image that exudes that femininity and that beautiful soul of Diana's and her spirit, rather than sitting there looking at that Stalingrad kind of statue that looks like it comes from the Soviet Union. I find it horrible. Ugh. Anyway, let's continue with your comments before I go. But if you're on catch up, please put your comments in on below, because today, on the 2nd of July, there is outrage of royal statues. For some reason, people have gone absolutely bonkers. Okay, what's that, Sansa? There is a female artist whose name escapes me, who does amazing, beautiful work. Yes. Hi, Izzy. How are you? Hi, everyone. Lovely to see you. Easy. I sculpt, but it's not always easy. No, I did some sculpture work. I sculpted a very small one, um, like an ornament really, and I did a girl. I captured, but I tried to capture the essence of the girl and her hair. You know, very feminine hair and things. Um, yeah, I did a little bit, but that was a long time ago. So yeah, it's to bring it to life. Yeah. But then again, he has done this same sculpt. This same artist has done very evocative sculptures, um, which, if you go and have a look at his artwork, he does actually capture that you know, the evocative movement, the expressions, and all of that. So this is why I don't understand it, because he did capture that with other sculptures that he's done. No. So, okay, guys. So I'm going to end it there. So a very sad day today for sculpts. Well, for statues, for the defacing and hauling down of Elizabeth II in Canada, putting blood handprints all over Queen Victoria, um, and all about colonialism. And so that you can have a look at. There's lots of footage on that. There's going to be repercussions. Maybe they'll start to tear down the monarchy after this. Who knows? Maybe they're going to tear down other statues in the UK, in other parts of the world of Elizabeth II. You know, so let's see how this turns out. Okay, and if you are on catch up, you know, watch all the video, because it does start with, it starts off with Diana statue and the reviews from that, but also I also cover this tearing down of the monarchy, you know, Victoria and Queen Elizabeth statues in Canada, which is quite shocking. Okay, so taking care. Just thought I'd pop by, thought I'd swing by and just talk about this discussion again, about this statue. Yeah, so please put your comments in the comments section, and please come and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I do a lot on the royal family. I also do these live shows, but I also do lots of readings on the royal family too. So come and join us, and come and join us on Patreon, and please like, share, and sending you lots of love. Have a great day. And even if you don't like the statue, even if you don't like the way it looks, or you do like the way it looks, it doesn't matter. We've still got that memory of beautiful Diana, okay, in our minds. We'll never forget that, okay. And bye for now.